Today we're going to be installing this Dzees CG6 security camera. Let's take a closer look at the camera. We've got some protective wrapping on it just now, but we'll take that off once it's installed. Now, it is a little bit larger than other cameras, so if you're looking for something that's a little bit discreet, this might not be the best option for you, as it is quite bulky. On the bottom here, you have this little rubber gasket to make sure you don't get any water into these areas here, because that's an important area. You've got a power on button right here. I've already powered this on, and I've already connected to my Wi-Fi. Running off 2.4 gigahertz, and really easy to install. Just follow the instructions and it connected no problem at all. Unlike other products that run off 2.4, I've had major issues trying to get them to connect, but this took a couple of minutes. Also got a slot for an SD card right here too, so you can expand the memory, or you can buy a plan and have storage on the cloud through the company as well. And here's the power slot. So you want to run a permanent cable to the device, you can, or you can take it off and charge it. Use the same slot for that. But if you're going to run it as a wireless option, you've got about 5 to 6 months, and that's based on triggering 30 times a day, which is very similar to other cameras that I've had where they run off of 2 AA batteries. They do last about 5 to 6 months as well. So all very similar there, having a built-in battery. We also have 2 slots for mounting, so you can mount it in different positions, one on the back and one here. The mounting bracket, it swivels and maneuvers into many different positions, so you can always get this camera lined up the way you want it. It comes with a charge card. I'm going to be using this inside because I'm not going to run a permanent wire to the device. It's already fully charged. And you get the mounting hardware, some screws here so you can get it on the wall. I'm just going to position it right here. I think this will be a good location to have it in, so I can capture the gate. And it's going to have an alarm that can go off as well, so if you do trigger motion, it's going to sound an alarm. And I think it's going to be pretty cool if I do catch something coming in here. I can secure this in place and we'll get the camera installed. And because it's already set up, all I need to do is just get a notification set up so I can get notified if anything moves the gate. Finally get this protective film off of this. Make sure I put it on the correct way up. And we'll install it on here. This is motion censored, so anything that moves in front of this camera, it's going to trigger. And we can secure that there, and then we're going to roughly line it up, pointing towards the gate, and then we can go onto the app and then make sure we got it lined up properly. We can always adjust as needed. That's a super simple install to get this camera installed. It can easily be moved. You don't even have to install it onto a wall like this. If you're using it inside or in a hallway or something like that, you could just leave it sitting down without actually putting it onto the bracket. So that's kind of handy as well. It's kind of dual purpose. We're just going to make sure it is angled at the gate now, and then see how this thing actually does work and whether it does catch motion or not. So we're just in the app here, and we've got our smart camera set up. So we're going to go over to this and see if we can change the settings. So motion is off, so let's turn the motion on. And high sensitivity duration 20 seconds. And I don't have a memory card in here, and I don't have the subscription plan, so I'm only going to get a few days, I believe, of actual backup. But hey, as soon as I get motion, I'm going to come out and see what's going on. We can put alarm settings on if we want to. Let's just test out the motion first and then see how that works. Go to notification settings, turn the notification on. So do that. Now let's just see where the camera's pointing. Oh, you can see me there. Perfect location actually for this to be. The dogs are running around. I'm going to get the dogs out of the picture, and then we can see if it will capture any motion when they run back. So we did just get a notification, so let's play it and see. Oh, well, that's open right now, so that's a live view. Let's see if there's... Oh, there we go. So let's check out that recording there. So, wow, it caught me pretty quickly. It must have some form of AI or intelligence thinking to see me coming almost. But that triggered pretty quickly. That's really impressive, actually, compared to some other cameras I've got. That was a really smooth transition there. So let's test out the alarm, and then we'll leave it till it gets dark and see if it works in the dark. I will leave a link to this Dzees camera in the description below, so if you want to get one for yourself, you can go over to Amazon and check it out. So it has been a couple of minutes. Because it has a minute delay on the alarm, you won't get any notifications if something does move within a minute of the first notification happening. So we just left a little bit of time now, and I'm just going to walk in and see if it picks me up and see what it does, whether I get a notification. Oh, it's flashing and there's an alarm going off. That's pretty good, actually. and I got my notification up on my phone. Not a lot of delay on there at all. That's actually really impressive compared to some other cameras we have and I've used. Delay on them can be substantial. This is in an area where Wi-Fi might be a little bit questionable. It's furthest away from the router, so that's really impressive. So let's wait till it gets dark and we'll try it out in the dark as well, because I'm really excited to see if I can find anybody moving this rock right here, because who's doing that? So I guess it did catch me after all. That's not too bad. Response time on my phone, pretty impressive. This is two-way as well, so you can communicate back outside. So if someone is outside, you can talk to them. Dzees camera is great. I really like the wide-angle lens it has on there for during the daytime. It works perfectly. At night, leave that up to yourself whether you think that's a good picture or not. But I think it's pretty good what you can see. I really like the audio and the flashing light, so you can spook anything that does come close to the camera. I really like that option. Thing I don't like too much is the delay between triggers. So you lowest setting you can have that on is 1 minute. So that means it gets triggered, you record, and then it won't trigger again for another minute. You can extend the record time, but that's just going to take up more space and wear down the battery. So you kind of have to get a little balance there on how long you want to record for versus how long it's going to take to trigger again. Overall, I think the camera is great and it's serving a really good purpose. The good news is that nobody's breaking into my yard. It was just me forgetting to put the rock back properly, and then the wind blew it open. My wife pointed that out to me after I got the camera and got it installed. So we won't put this camera to waste. We'll use it as a trail cam to see what animals are moving around our property, or I'll put it out front to see which animal is putting a soggy newspaper in my mailbox. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content coming up.